All right, let's jump right into it. Welcome to the App Store of Desire. Today we're taking a really structured, kind of masterclass look at exactly why we want the things we want and how our everyday impulses are literally shaping the entire global economy.
Be honest with me for a second. Have you ever been doom scrolling through your feed, seen a premium hypebeast item drop, and just felt this immediate burning desire to buy it? Yeah, we've all totally been there. But here's where we need to challenge that assumption. In the strict world of economics, that simple digital desire sitting in your brain, it isn't actually enough to dictate the global production line. Not yet, anyway.
See, in economics, a human want is defined super precisely. It's an effective desire for a particular thing. But the absolutely crucial part of that definition is the second half. It has to be a desire that can be satisfied by making an actual effort to acquire it.
So it really all boils down to the difference between just a wish and a true economic want. Let's use a classic textbook example here. Imagine you have this huge desire to own a Honda City car. If you're just dreaming about it while scrolling in bed, that's literally just a wish. It only transforms into an actual economic want when you're ready to put in the effort. Getting up, going to work, and earning an income to actually buy that car. The effort is the ultimate differentiator. Okay, moving to Section 1, Needs versus the Flex. Let's break down primary and secondary wants.
The very first big split we make is between primary and secondary wants. Primary wants are your absolute non-negotiables. These are the goods essential for the very existence of human life. So think food, clothing, and shelter. But also includes things you need just to maintain normal efficiency. Like a factory worker needs plenty of food to maintain the physical energy required to actually do their work, right? On the flip side, we have secondary wants. These are all those extra desires that only pop up after your basic survival needs are completely met.
Now, we can actually subdivide those secondary wants even further into comforts and luxuries. Comforts are basically the things that make life happy and, well, comfortable. Think of a super nice sofa set in your living room, a good music system, or a solid refrigerator in the kitchen. Luxuries, on the other hand, are a totally different ballgame. These are highly expensive items. We're talking costly modern houses, high-end cars, expensive jewelry. They might not actually give you a massive functional benefit compared to their insane price tag, but they act as prestige status symbols. They show off wealth. That's the flex.
Section 2. 10 Rules of Wanting. Let's look at the core features of human wants. Get ready, because we are doing a fast-paced countdown of the 10 unwritten rules that dictate literally everything we buy. Let's hit the first 3. Rule 1. Wants are unlimited. They are completely endless because people just have multiple desires, they recur, and we are constantly acquiring new ones. Rule 2. Wants are complementary. This just means a lot of goods are actually wanted simultaneously. And Rule 3. Wants are substitutable, meaning if you're thirsty, that single want can be satisfied by a couple of different goods. You could grab a cold soda, or you could grab a glass of juice.
And honestly, that brilliantly illustrates the second rule of complementary wants. I like to call it the want chain. When 2 or more goods are wanted together, buying one immediately triggers the other. The classic example, buying a car instantly creates a complementary want for petrol. You literally can't have one without the other.
Moving right along to Rules 4, 5, and 6. Wants differ in their urgency. Basically, every person has a scale of preference, meaning we rank our wants and deal with the most pressing ones first. Rule 5. Wants are competitive. Because your income is strictly limited, you can only buy one commodity or another. They are constantly fighting for your dollars. And Rule 6. Wants multiply. With the growth of human knowledge, science, and tech, brand new products are constantly dropping, creating entirely new desires we didn't even know we had.
All right, rounding out the rules before our grand finale here. Rule 7 shows that wants are recurrent. They get satisfied temporarily and then just appear again and again, like the need for food. Rule 8. A single want can be satisfied. Look, while it's impossible to satisfy all your wants at once because resources are insufficient, you can successfully satisfy a single one. And Rule 9, some wants can be postponable. If your income is low right now, the want for a luxury good can be pushed back, whereas the want for a basic necessity, obviously, cannot.
Which brings us to Section 3, the availability gap, scarcity, and value.
And that brings us to the critical 10th rule, the hard textbook truth that drives our entire modern scarcity economy. Human wants for goods and services always remain ahead of the availability of goods and services. No matter how incredibly fast we produce things, human desire will eternally outpace what is actually sitting on the shelves. So how do companies actually use this 100-year-old economic rule today?
Well, they completely weaponize it through scarcity marketing. Because the anticipation of demand drives value, modern brands, like the streetwear company Supreme, for example, create immense hype through limited releases. They intentionally keep the supply low, so products sell out instantly. This strategy perfectly capitalizes on that availability gap, ensuring customers are kept eager and totally willing to pay a premium just to stay ahead of the pack.
So, I'm going to leave you with this final thought to take away from today's explainer. Think about your own digital shopping cart right now. Seriously, are those items primary needs or are they secondary luxuries? Are they complementary wants or just a wish you haven't put the real effort into earning yet? Once you start seeing your own desires through the rigid lens of economic theory, you realize you aren't just shopping, you are participating in a massive, mathematically predictable machine. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you on the next one.